Hey, Julian here, Cake DeFi CEO and co-founder. I want to discuss an important update that DeFi chain has been introducing and how we at Cake DeFi are going to be handling that. And that is specifically a higher staking bonus for 5-year and 10-year lockups. Now, here at Cake, we've had a freezer program with several steps. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years, and many of you have actually been using this. And what we're doing there is we're reducing our own fee, giving you more as a more loyal customer. We have a super transparent page. I'll link this up below, and you can see there's actually millions of DFI frozen in there. Obviously, a lot of DFI more on the short-term side, mostly 6 months, but there are about 3 million DFI in the 5-year and 10-year category. Now, what's going to change is that the DeFi chain community has voted on doubling the rewards for people who are freezing 5 or 10 years on the blockchain. So this actually has nothing to do with Cake. We are just forwarding those rewards. And that's also obviously very important. Cake itself doesn't generate any rewards itself from staking or from liquidity mining. We just forward the rewards that we would be getting from the blockchain consensus, take our small cut as a service fee and forward that to you. And obviously in the freezer, we reduce that cut. So now some of you are in the 5 or 10-year freezer. And so you're probably wondering what's going to happen to your frozen DFI. And then maybe others are going to be asking, I haven't frozen any DFI yet. What are my opportunities? And I would love to address both and maybe also address a couple of questions or concerns that some of you may have in all of that. So first and foremost, and I think that is important, if you are in the freezer already, you have an option to extend your frozen DFI to exactly 5 or 10 years, and then you enjoy double the rewards. You have to extend them because Cake DeFi actually has to freeze your locked up DFI on the blockchain. You can stay in the old algorithm if you want to. It's about 3 to 4 months difference, and then you only get the regular rewards that you've always been getting. So you're going to have the option to extend by about 3 to 4 months, depending on when you are doing this, and then you're going to be enjoying double the rewards. So that's for those of you that have 5 or 10 years frozen. Obviously, if you're new, then you can automatically join the 5 or 10-year freezer. It's automatically going to be those with the double the rewards. When you're frozen with any of the DFI, you can always extend to 5 or 10 years. So you can always just extend, and then you would also be getting the higher reward. So it's either you are already in 5 or 10 years, you can extend. If you're in lower, you can also extend. You can go from 5 to 10 years. So all these things are possible. Remember, when you're in the 5-year freezer, you get 1.5 times the rewards. In the 10 years, it's double. So obviously that is a big change. Now let me address a couple of concerns or questions. We are going to be offering the freezer just as right now without any minimums. And I know that out there's a couple of masternode holders who are going to say, well, but if I have a masternode with 20,000 DFI and I don't want to freeze the whole 20,000 DFI, but at Cake DeFi, people can just freeze 1 DFI, 10 DFI, 20 DFI, and they get 50% more of the rewards or 100% more of the rewards. Isn't that unfair? And I've seen Telegram messages, I've seen some concerns on Reddit, and I would love to address those. First of all, I think that's important. Right now, there's about 3 million DFI frozen between 5 to 10 years. That is about 2% of the entire staked DFI. So let's say everyone rolls over into the 5 to 10 years. To me, that's highly optimistic. I'm not sure if everyone's going to roll over, but let's say everyone does. That would mean a 2% reduction of staking rewards for everyone else. That is quite negligible. Now, let's take it a level extreme and say, you know what? There's actually going to be so many people who are so committed and they're going to freeze now their rewards also 5 or 10 years. Well, let's say we double that. That is about a 4% staking reduction for everyone else. So in the other side though, it means that there is millions of DeFi frozen, committed for the next 5 to 10 years, which is a very strong statement to all of us in this community. And so if you are looking at this from the outside, you would have to hope that a lot of people freeze and commit to this project long term, because this means there's way less DeFi available that could be sold. And these are long-term hodlers, right? So at the end, the best would be, to be honest, if 100% of the DeFi would be frozen for 10 years. That would actually make the price shoot to millions of dollars because there's just no DeFi to be traded, right? I mean, very unlikely scenario, but just to kind of understand that. So I think that is the first part. So if you are kind of criticizing that people freeze part of their DeFi on Cake, maybe you're not thinking long-term enough. I just want to highlight that because yes, I get you have a full masternode, but wouldn't it be interesting for you? Yes, you may get a smaller slice of the stake rewards and you can do the math. It's tiny in comparison to the whole big picture, but you have people who lock up their funds for a long time. And at the end, I think it's a win-win for both parties. A win for you and for those that freeze. But then let's flip this around. Wouldn't it be interesting for you also with the masternode to lock up some of your rewards? I mean, you're getting staking rewards on a hourly basis or daily basis or whatever. Wouldn't it be interesting for you to lock up these funds partly? Because right now you're not getting any interest on those because you need to wait until you have a full masternode. Right? So you can go to various platforms and we see more and more platforms, not only Cake DeFi, but we see other platforms as well who are actually offering masternode services and who should be offering the lockups for 5 or 10 years and get additional rewards. And so you can then go and say, okay, maybe you don't want to like freeze 100% of your DeFi, but maybe those rewards, you freeze those and enjoy additional rewards on those. Maybe think of that and don't, just because maybe you are not willing to take a certain risk, to criticize others who are willing to take that risk. Because at the end, this is what makes our diverse community so interesting, that everyone has these opportunities. And I think that's absolutely essential in all of that. So I hope that explains a bit of how this works, what you can expect, the concerns that some people may have. So to summarize all this, if you are in the freezer already, you have the opportunity to roll over, to extend to 5 years or 10 years to get 50% or 100% more of the rewards. That is the first thing. There is no minimums that you have to freeze. So you can freeze any minimum amount. And yeah, we're going to be super transparent on the Cake DeFi website, how many DeFi are frozen, what's the time tenure on all those. So check this out. And obviously, for the entire community, I think the more long-term hodlers you have, right? It's the same kind of principles as in Bitcoin. The long-term hodlers are generally those that, well, make the most money. It's generally not the traders. It's the long-term believers that obviously benefit a lot themselves. But at the same time, and that's the beauty of all of it, it's going to help all of us in the ecosystem to, well, reduce liquidity. And at the end, that's going to reduce selling pressure. And that should benefit all of us. So in my opinion, very smart move that the masternode holders of DeFi chain chose here by offering these additional rewards. I'm really excited on that freezer system. We're going to be updating this. Obviously, once it goes live on DeFi chain, that should be happening beginning of August. Give us a couple of days until we have integrated this in on the Cake DeFi platform, and then you're good to go. With this, I hope this explains and gives you some value. I hope you are one of our customers, users already. I hope you're getting cash flow on your Bitcoin, ETH, DeFi chain, Dash, Tether, whatever other coins, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash that we have. USDC just got listed. Yeah, don't miss out on that. It's yeah, Cake DeFi provides really the easiest, most transparent platform to get onboarded in the crypto ecosystem. And then on top of that, you're getting some really nice cash flow. That's, well, one of the best things anyways. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon so you don't miss out. Join the Telegram group for Q&A or on Twitter where we post all updates. Thanks so much. See you around. Yours truly, Julian.